I love Edgar Wright. At the time of writing this, he's my favourite director, and hold on a minute. Crap. We already did that intro. Oh well. Oh, I'm hungry. Might get a Cornetto. Edgar Wright's Cornetto Trilogy. A work of art I love dearly. This series has made me laugh more than any other film series out there, and it's filled to the brim with humour and wit. It somehow manages to take a fresh spin on already drawn out concepts at the time, pump them full of energy and new ideas, freshen them up and send them back out. And people loved them. They lapped them up. It's been 7 years since the last movie, and Nick Frost and Simon Pegg have gone on to other ventures and have been equally as successful, with Pegg landing a role in Mission Impossible and Frost in Fighting with My Family. Oh dear. But we're not here to talk about the Mission Impossible or The Boys or Truth Seekers or whatever. No. Today we're looking at Edgar Wright's Cornetto trilogy. After the success of the hit Channel 4 show Spaced, starring Simon Pegg and Jessica Hines, young director Edgar Wright was looking for a new project. In 2004 we got Shaun of the Dead. There's a lot to be said about this movie. A whole lot. It's my personal favourite out of the three, and while it's not the best, not the funniest, it is the first one I ever saw, and I just like it the most. We follow Shaun, played by Simon Pegg, who takes on the role of a guy who has fallen victim to the repetition of modern life. He gets up, goes to work, gets home, and he goes to the local pub every night. And he does the same thing again and again and again. He lives with his unemployed flatmate Ed, played by Frost, and his no-nonsense flatmate Pete. After Shaun gets dumped by his girlfriend Liz, he and Ed go to the Winchester and, well, get absolutely hammered. Only the next day do things go wrong and they realise they're in the midst of a zombie apocalypse. I love this movie so much. Pegg and Frost play each other really well, and the drawn out humour and character dynamics work so well. Especially the part when Ed is pretending to be a monkey while Shaun sits there crying. I love it.
Oh. Your favourite monkey? Shall I do Clyde?
It all holds up really well, and the editing is superb. Edgar Wright once again pulls us in with his quick cuts and shots, and it's like the editor pretty much had ADD. In the end, there's a message to it all. Shaun had to change for the people he loves, and incidentally, a zombie apocalypse is the one thing he needs to help him change. It's definitely not the funniest, definitely not the best, but it's definitely my favourite. Now we get on to the best one, Hot Fuzz, the 2007 police parody directed by the man, the myth, the legend, Edgar Wright. This movie was a big hit in the UK and was praised by critics for its strong sense of wit, good use of humour and overall cleverness. This is regarded as the best movie in the trilogy and was Wright's second entry into the Cornetto trilogy. Set in Wright's hometown of Wells, or the fictional town of Sandford, we follow Sergeant Nicholas Angel, an exceptional police officer who gets reassigned to a small rural village after his colleagues get jealous of him. Plus, this scene is crazy, as Martin Freeman, Steve Coogan and Bill Nye all making cameos. We watch Pegg try to solve a string of murders in which everyone around him at the force seems oblivious to, and watch him change and develop to relax and embrace life. Of course Nick Frost is there, as a not particularly clever sidekick to Pegg working as his police officer buddy. It's hard to put Hot Fuzz in a specific genre as it falls somewhere between buddy cop, action and comedy. Whatever it is, it's brilliant and a very enjoying watch. The movie was also shot in Wright's hometown of Wells, and he uses this to advantage as he obviously knows his way around. Pairing two real-life best friends of his partners works greatly to their advantage, as the chemistry between the two is undeniable. And the comedy is just great. I know it's a bit late to be talking about it now, but this film will never fail to make me laugh. Yes, it can be very basic and very dumb, but that's the point. Its jokes can be very dumb, but beneath the surface there's a real story with morals, as Sergeant Angel learns to let go and not be so uptight about his job. Not my favourite of the trilogy, not the funniest, but certainly the best. Plus, it's got a banging soundtrack. It's got Supergrass at the end, and it's...
Of course I'm me. But who the are you, Gary? I'm Gary King.
Now, The World's End came 6 years after Hot Fuzz and released in 2013 to critical success, but not massive commercial acclaim, only making 46.1 million with a 20 million budget. I would definitely regard this as the funniest of the three, as it has sharp, witty humour mixed with drunk, dumb jokes that will never fail to make you laugh. We follow Gary King, a washed-up alcoholic on a journey to complete a 12-pub crawl with his high school friends, who have all since matured. Over the night, and with each pub, the night slowly descends into madness as they quickly realise they are in the middle of an alien invasion. The only problem? Every single one of them is completely and utterly hammered. It's an interesting setup, and a very interesting watch as we see 5 grown men absolutely smashed stumble around the town trying to finish the pub crawl and reach the world's end. Fun fact, when I was on holiday, I actually found a pub called the World's End. I can only snap one photo though, as the people inside looked as though they were going to accidentally stumble across my body in the nearby river the next morning. The humour in the World's End is the strongest it's ever been, as we go from more mature jokes to pissing ourselves laughing at Simon Pegg smacking his head off a wooden pole repeatedly and exclaiming "King Gay." It gets me every time.
If I'm not me, then how do I know that carved into that beam above your head are the words King Gary?
But it doesn't say King Gary.
Yes, it does. Doesn't it?
No. It says King Gay.
Well, some cunt out there. That was me.
Why?
King Gay. It means
But there's also a very mature story underneath it. At the dramatic climax of the film, we found out that Gary was in rehab and that he's an alcoholic desperately clutching at straws trying to relive the glory days and feel something again. It's a really sharp turn and it hits so hard because everyone can relate to that feeling of wanting better times again, especially with the pandemic. It's such a roller coaster of a movie and I highly recommend you watch it. It's not the best, it's not my favourite, but it's definitely the funniest.
begin. Oh, fuck off, you big lamb. You.
Overall, the Cornetto Trilogy is one of the funniest series of movies I've ever seen, and they actually have some artistic merit to them, unlike most of the absolute garbage that comes out these days. And I'm specifically looking at Adam Sandler and Amy Schumer. You guys are terrible. Well, you asked for a Cornetto Trilogy review, and I delivered. I hope. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. For 20 likes, as it took me a wee while to make. And remember, if you have any video suggestions or ideas, just leave them in the comment section below. I'm open to not anything, but a couple of things. Thanks for watching. Go away.